Well, my girl's got the sweetest pussy, nestles in her lap. Be the first to admit and wanna stroke that kitten, fell right into her trap. Now all that fur and purring gives me cause to pause. She may have...
Hey, welcome to Sin City Bounty. It's Alexia and Toxie today. Sierra is gallivanting across California for a business trip, aka hunting for Pokemon.
Yeah, it's so funny. I saw her post something about how she had to go out, and it was before I saw, all of them. And I'm like, I know what she's doing, because she was in my vehicle the other night while I was driving, and she was hunting Pokemon as I'm driving. And she's like, I'm always going to be the passenger.
Which made you tempted to pull out your phone while you're driving to hunt for Pokemon.
Well, she was getting good ones. So...
Man, it's amazing. It's crazy. I was just talking to my niece and nephew because I got to see them today, and I was talking to them about it. My nephew is doing it. My niece wants to do it, but she can't get the app to work on her phone, so she can't do it yet. He went to Sunset Park, I guess, out at Sunset Park here in Las Vegas. He said, I think about 200 people were out there hunting for Pokemon.
Probably.
And there are meetups already. I saw a post somewhere, a town square, I think, on the 17th. There's going to be a meetup for the Pokemon phenom.
I'm not that social.
Yeah.
I'm not loving it enough that I'm gonna meet up with a gaggle of strangers and walk around. Now, in addition to, I do it. My brother was late to the airport last night because there were a lot of Pokestops before even getting to pick him up. So he was late and he was a little upset, and I'm like, Pokemon. It
was you hunting for the Pokemon, not him.
I was hunting, but prior, him and I were going around the parking lot somewhere.
Got it.
And so he downloaded the app too, and we were both getting them. And I forgot to hit record, so sorry.
Hey, welcome to SinCityBounty.com.
But we were both getting them. So, and so we know. Oh look, Poetry Sue is in chat.
Poetry Sue.
So.
We love her.
We do.
She goes on daring adventures with us on occasion.
Right. So we're talking, Poetry Sue, about people hunting Pokemon.
Yes.
In the passenger seat of my car.
We want to know how many Sierra got while she was in California. We know that she's monitoring the show, so...
And I'm going to go live on Facebook briefly.
Is this correct? This Pokemon thing just started Friday, right?
It could have been longer. I don't know. I just started within the past week.
Okay.
So I think it was either
maybe
Thursday
a week before.
Or Friday.
Saturday night we went out, and that's when you guys were hunting it. So
and I had only had it for maybe 2 days then.
Right. So maybe a week before.
Right. And I have a friend in Malaysia, and it just rolled out for him. Just last night he said, it sucks because you have it already. And just today he posted his first, he's like, I got my first Pokemon. So it must have...
I can see the monetary potential for this from businesses who want to have Pokemon in their businesses. I know that Johnny Fever posted on his Facebook about having Pokemon at polling places.
You should. Hey, Facebook.
Hi, Facebook. Maybe people would actually go to the polling centers this year and vote. Although, who to vote for?
They would have to vote before they could collect the Pokemon.
Yes, that would be a good thing. I know that today Bernie Sanders endorsed Hillary Clinton.
Right.
And all of the Bernie Sanders people are feeling very let down. A lot of them are just going to not vote at all.
But did you read his speech at all?
No, I did not. I was busy all day.
What he said was that he would do everything in his power to make sure that Trump does not get elected.
You know,
and that's why he endorsed Hillary.
That would be the only reason I think I would want to vote, because we're going to talk about, we didn't get to last week, but I do want to cover the FBI, Loretta Lynch airplane, Bill Clinton email thing with Hillary Clinton, and I see you have some notes here about that as well. So,
are you going to talk about Bush Cheney too?
What about them?
About them being tried as war criminals?
I have not heard that. Was that today?
No, a couple days ago. The World Court is going to bring charges against Dick Cheney.
Wow.
Based on the report that came out of Great Britain, saying that all the evidence regarding the war in Iraq was fabricated by Bush and Cheney.
I wonder if I didn't hear about this because my mind has been focused on the other tragedy that's been going on in the country.
What, Pokemon?
So, well, that only came to the forefront because Saturday, to relieve some of the vitriol that has been going around about the events that have happened, we decided to go out. Do you want to tell everyone where we went?
Sure. Hey, we have like a shit ton of hearts happening on the Facebook.
I know, it's so pretty. They're smiley faces and everything.
Lexia loves those.
I do. It's so pretty because they float on the screen.
I'm not gone. I'm here. Jasper said he thought I was gone.
So
I'm
let's
here.
talk about where we went Saturday.
So we, the three of us went, hold on one moment.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just trying to get this going.
Saturday, we decided to go out to the Red Rooster. I have not been in a couple of years. These ladies go quite often, it seems, and lots of people that they knew, and it was so great to be able to people watch and just watch people touching each other and loving each other and hugging each other and creeping on each other. It was very fun to do that, for me. Anyway, I was designated driver, so these ladies could get very drunk, which they did very quickly. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, too.
Well, just really quick, our friend Paige, Miss Paige Rain, we miss you. So she's in chat. Yeah, you can see face. It's hard with the Facebook unless I hold it up.
I know.
So it's hard to get all of us in there.
I know. I still need to. I have an iPhone stand thing, and I keep forgetting to look for it during the week.
Well,
so
we'll have to find it.
Yeah.
But so Saturday. So
right.
It was a lot of fun. We went. It was the three of us. A friend went with us as well. So a lot of people we knew. Actually, there was a gentleman there who I've known him for quite some time, just from there. I don't know him personally, but at one point he came over and started talking to me and referenced me as Toxie, which was very weird because I didn't know he actually knew me from the show. So
it's always so surprising when people go, "Hey, I know your radio show," and you go, "Oh yeah? What do you know about it?" In fact, my nephew says, "I'm 18 now. You need to send me the link to your show." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know," and I have not sent it to him yet. But he may be on. You never know.
Well, Jasper said getting in the pool with the rooster is chancing an urgent care visit. I don't do it. Like, I'm a firm believer. I've seen what happens in that pool. And I'm a firm believer that if I walk in there, I'll get pregnant. And
for those of you who don't know, because we know that we have a lot of new watchers, listeners, the Red Rooster is a swingers club. Is that what it's designated as? As a swingers club?
It is, but you don't have to participate in the lifestyle to go there.
But it's a private club, and they have parties every night of the week.
Right.
And you can go. It's very inexpensive for ladies to go. It's, I think, $30 for couples to go.
Yeah, 30 for couples, but just a single dude is like $50, $60.
Right. But you can go and possibly hook up You can bring your partner, and you can have sex in all the different rooms that they have. You can have sex in the pool. You can have sex in the hot tub.
People do.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone have sex on the dance floor. I think they discourage that.
Yeah, probably not on the dance floor. I mean, they're naked out there. You
Right.
can have, here's what it is. Upstairs is couples only. And they actually only allow male-female couples there. So it still is a rule there. So that part is still a little bit antiquated. But, of course, they will allow, you know, a guy and 2 girls or a girl and 2 guys, I've heard. So you have to be part of a couple to go up there, and to go past a section, you have to get naked.
What section is that?
When you go up where there's couches, you can be there fully
upstairs.
dressed upstairs.
I've never been upstairs.
Yes, but if you go past, like, you can go in the room and watch people, but you have to be naked to do so. And my very first experience there, I'll share, I didn't realize that when you were in one of those couple rooms, that people could come in and watch, because at one point I screamed because somebody was watching me, and I'm like, there's a stranger looking at my vagina right now, and I don't understand why.
Because you're at a sex club.
Well, but it was my first time. I didn't quite get it. So
Right.
then when you go downstairs, there's the pool, there's the hot tub. Sierra loves the pool.
She does.
There's an open sex room that people go in, but what happens is, as soon as you see people go in this open room, all these guys like get up and go in. You know, all these guys, and then one pervy girl, which is usually me. But all these guys go in to watch. And so I was in there one time, and I turned around and came back out, and I'm like, I know her. And I don't watch.
The Rooster's been around for a really, really long time. You don't have to buy a membership or anything. Just if you need the address, let us know. We'll point you where you need to go. You can find it online. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very kickback. You bring your own alcohol. You can't beat, if you just want to go somewhere and hang out, like, you can't beat the price.
No.
You can't.
Yeah, and that is one of the great things. It's they provide all the mixers, but you bring a bottle of your own. They put your name on it, and they'll serve you drinks, and you just
out of your own
tip the
alcohol.
bartenders, right? Mm-hmm.
Right, and then really quick, Jasper said in the private rooms, they smell like rubbers and loose skeet from hours ago. What you do is you get very friendly with the door guys, and you ask them to change the sheets. And if you're friendly enough, they'll do it.
Yeah, I think they...
So I've heard. That's all.
I know the first time that we ever went years and years ago, it was just for the adventure, because we had never gone, and we wanted to see what it was like. Both Sierra and I went into the pool, and... I went in naked. I didn't bring a suit. I went in naked. It was great, although some creepers started floating towards me, so I got out. You don't have to do anything. I've been there with Mike when we were together. We've never done anything there. It's a great place to people watch. You'll see men walking around in towels, and if you're in the pool area, they're completely naked, which is awesome.
Right. Jennifer said there's no cell phones. You can you can't bring your cell phone out.
Yep.
I've been called on it. Even trying to text with it in your purse, they will grab, like, no.
Yeah, no Pokemon hunts at the Red Rooster.
There's no, because we tried. And so if you go outside, you can pull your phone out, or in the restroom. And actually, on my phone, if you look, because I have a lot of drunk bathroom selfies on my phone, I have many that you recognize the Rooster background or the Rooster bathrooms. So it's great.
So 1.5 drinks in, Sierra is pretty blasted. 1.5 drinks in, Toxie is pretty blasted. And they are just... These ladies, when they get drunk, they just love to talk, and their hands are everywhere, and they're leaning, and it is so much fun. I love watching drunk people. Love it.
What is Yancy said, can my penis wear a durag?
I'm sorry?
A durag?
Can my penis...
Durag? I don't know what that is, actually. No, that I don't think that's...
D-U-R-A-G?
Yeah.
Maybe a Durex?
Durag?
No idea.
I don't know what it is. Sorry. You can wear something, or you can wear nothing.
Yes.
Like Sierra, It's a hat.
It's like a bandana
What?
that you wear on your head.
That's a do-rag.
I was like, why would his penis wear?
They do
wouldn't-
not. I don't think they allow men to walk around naked in the main floor area
Yeah,
and the dance
absolutely,
floor.
absolutely.
Every man I saw had a towel,
No,
or robe.
No, I have seen Cali guy without, I believe. Maybe it's with a towel.
Yeah, I think it's for men. They have to be covered, but women can go completely naked.
Oh, Jasper said a dick scarf. That's what you just, if you say that from the beginning, then I'll know. I highly encourage anything to cover purely for the purpose of some people sit in those chairs and they don't have panties on, Sierra. And you have no idea. Like, they can be out there sweating on the dance floor, Sierra. And then they are sitting all over those chairs and you have no idea. You have no idea what's happening.
whatsoever.
So, Sierra. But I do know at one point, and I've been known to do this before, and hopefully she's not going to hate me for mentioning it. I feel weird holding this.
Here, I'll hold it.
Yeah, you hold it. I feel weird with that. Men have to wear a towel at least, Sierra said. All right. At one point, I checked just to see if Sierra was telling the truth about not wearing panties.
You did! And
Yeah.
check! Oh my god, it was like a gynecological exam.
I wanted to charge a copay afterwards. I feel like she owes me $20.
And then proceeded to wipe her fingers all over her friend that came with her and Sierra herself.
Yeah, he warned me. He's like, you have to ask consent before you can wipe that on me. So then I believe I
But
asked.
you did,
I ask.
you did smell, and you said
I
it.
did. She's gonna kill us.
She
Thank goodness
is.
she's not here. Sarah's very healthy. So she's gonna kill me. Yeah, see you, Jasper. We'll be there on Saturday night.
Yes.
Broadcasting. So make sure you come by, Jasper. I'm gonna find you.
What is it you said? I think it was strawberries and cream or something like that. It was
No, it wasn't. Oh,
hilarious.
The smell. I do remember that. I just remember I kept going like, it's very healthy. I'm so happy for you.
So funny. Anyway.
And luckily an ad came up for her, so she missed what I
Oh, yay!
discussed.
So she'll catch it on the replay, right? So there was a time where Toxie got up to go get something else to drink and then just disappeared. So we went looking for her, and we found her on the patio. And on the patio, there were a conglomeration of people, the outside patio area. There's a couple of picnic tables and things. And Sierra and I, after you went in again, Sierra and I got to watch a woman get flogged. It was very
Nice.
cool. And drunk Sierra, of course, I need more flogging in my life.
Right, that she did. That was amazing.
There was a point where Toxie came up to me and said that she was going to fuck me. And I'm still waiting for her to bring that promise on.
You reminded me of that the next day too.
I
You're
did.
like, you told me you were going to fuck me. I'm like, I did? Okay. So apparently we had a really good time.
You did. You ladies had a really, really good time. And so did I. I was not disappointed with my trip. And then afterwards, as we were going home, of course, we had to stop for food because you always do when you leave the Rooster.
Right.
Usually we go to the Longhorn, I think it is, and
Right.
have breakfast. But we decided to just grab some Mickey D's and scarf down some fries, and that was it for the night.
Well, here's what happens normally when I'm at the Rooster with Sierra. I get really disgusted because they put out, like, sometimes they'll have some food out there, like a bowl of chips. And every single time we go, she will grab nachos and she will walk over and I'm like, you're eating nut nachos. Like, those are covered in crusted spooge. And she does it every single time because her thought is that, like, it's okay, you know, it's out here, it's fine. My thought is, some guy is jerking it in the corner. He didn't go wash his hands. He finished and he's like, you know what I could use right now? Nachos. And he's digging in the bowl, and there goes Sierra digging after him.
Because nobody ever washes their hands.
No.
They don't even wash their hands after going to the bathroom, let alone masturbating.
No. Thank you for washing your hands after you
Yes.
masturbate. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting us know that you do as well.
Maybe it's not so much washing your hands, it's the baby wipes at the end that you're cleaning up with, and, you know, your hands get clean while you're cleaning yourself up anyway.
Oh, really quick, so one of our friends said apparently Sierra was cruising Folsom Street in San Francisco today looking for leather bedroom attire, which doesn't surprise me. But one of my friends in the group mentioned that Toxie promised that to a few of us when she is drunk. AK my hubby. Yeah.
Well,
I may
then.
have told Jack Plower once or twice.
I see where I am on the totem pole now.
Apparently, I offer people stuff.
At least when
I don't follow through with it, for the record. Though.
At least when you get drunk, you are happy, I want to fuck you drunk, as opposed to mean and fuck you drunk. So
Now,
I do appreciate that.
I'm usually happy. I make the mistake, and I have to remember these hashtags. We have coochie chips and nut nachos. I did make the mistake of mixing in a little tequila. I normally stick with Jaeger because I stay a fun crazy. If I stick with the right drink, if I mix tequila in, I do things I regret. And we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, okay.
We'll leave it at that.
So Saturday night was a very good night.
It was a lot of fun. We saw, let's see here. I mean, some naked people.
Yeah.
Some people went in the orgy room. I just didn't follow them.
Couple things. I know that Sierra loves to go because most of the people that are there are older. And it lightens her heart to know that at that age, when she gets to be that age, she can still run around naked at the Rooster and get laid all the time. She really, really loves that.
Right. But it's not just that. I mean, I like it because it's a very comfortable place.
Yeah.
They're very accepting. No is no. So if somebody comes up and they, proposition you and you're like, no, I'm cool, they'll back off. And if they don't, then you just tell one of the guys and they're gone. So for me, I find it kind of safe. And also, I'm going to be completely honest here, I'm a little bit cheap. And so I like being able to bring my own alcohol, pay to get in, and drink as much as I want to drink without paying Las Vegas drink prices.
Right, there are a couple of other places in town, and they're quite expensive to go to. So, and it's very casual, and if it's not like super overcrowded, and it's not super loud, so it's not like going to one of these clubs on the Strip or anything like that. Very laid back. It's a house. It's a house that's been redone into a place for seating and a dance floor. There was Sierra. I'm sure she was hurting the next day, but they played the Cupid Shuffle, which is a line dance for those of you who don't know. And Sierra loves the line dances. And she got up and the DJ played 3 in a row. So she did 3 whole songs in a row. And she was so tired after that.
And then she sat down on that chair.
Plopped down with no underwear.
No, sweaty as shit. And that is why I set that chair on fire as we left.
So we recommend, if you want an easy night out, inexpensive, take your own drinks, please go out to the Rooster, tell them we sent you. And if you text us or call us or message us, maybe we'll join you.
We will.
Yeah, because it's always a fun night.
Right. And the guy, we have to get the one guy who works there. We have to get him on this show. He told me there's a Pez convention in town. So he runs a Pez convention. We're going to have him on the show.
That's awesome. Just so you know, this is not an endorsement. They didn't pay us or anything like that. We love going there.
Yeah.
It's been a few years for me, but this is the first time I've gone again with the ladies, and I missed it. and I noticed how much I missed it while I was there. And you guys had such a blast. It was just so much fun to watch you guys flit around to your drunk little selves, like little drunk sex fairies.
Little drunk sex fairies. That is awesome. That is the nickname I like to use, little drunk sex fairies. So keep that in mind.
Of course, said in the beginning, one of the reasons we went out there was to get away from all the vitriol and horrendous news that has been going on this week. Do you want to get into that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll let you roll with that.
So my big thing this week has been the shootings, of course, of the 2 black men and of then the 5 officers. And when you are on social media, like I am, as much as I am, you get to see people's true colors. I guess that would be the best way to put it. And I was so surprised. I was so surprised at some of the things that were issuing out of some of the people's mouths that I admired and respected and loved. And so I tried to, just turn it off and do my work like I'm supposed to do. And it was really, really hard to do. That I've now become, I watch for that stuff and I go on and I type and I, not to start flame wars or anything like that. But yeah, I don't stand by idly anymore because I can't. But I have deleted 14 people off my Facebook. And when they find out, I'm sure they will be very surprised.
Yeah.
So,
here's where I tend to see where one of the big issues are, and it's probably one of the most disheartening things. And if you don't mind, just for a moment, I'm going to try and readjust this because it's weird to kind of hold, and that didn't work in any way. Can I use your box?
Yeah, I don't need it.
So we'll just keep talking.
So let me tell you a quick story that is part of this. Sierra listens to a lot of podcasts, and she listens to podcasts that she really likes. It's not like we're just listening whatever. It's random. There's a particular host that she really likes. I don't know if I should mention his name. Maybe later. Maybe I'll let it slip out. Anyway, she loves this guy. He's all about tolerance and love, and she valued his opinion. And then after all this happened, he started on his own podcast, because he is human and he has an opinion, started talking about gun culture and the shootings that happened over the last week and weekend. And he basically came out and called anybody who owned a gun a psychopath. Oh. Sierra is a huge gun advocate, and she owns many weapons. Her entire family does.
Actually, and as I woke up off of her couch, hungover the other morning, I'm like, she has a huge sword on her wall. Like, if someone had broke in, I was totally gonna ninja them into. So this
podcaster essentially called her kid, her entire family, psychopaths. And she was devastated by this. Okay.
Now, with that being said, I know she was upset about that. I think one of the things that has been really rampant on a lot in interacting with social media, a lot of the reasons, people, at least for me, that I find a lot of disgust in people that have shocked me is the in their I can't even talk today. In the aftermath of the shooting, some people were really jumping all over the Black Lives Matter movement. It has been a movement that has been very important and very noticeable since, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it started coming out in about 2012 with Trayvon Martin.
It was right after the Trayvon Martin trial.
And so a lot of what the focus is that many people feel that the movement is extremely important, and many people feel that it's okay to quickly jump and say, but when you're saying Black Lives Matter, it means
Just Black Lives.
Just Black
Nobody
Lives,
else does.
Not All Lives Matter.
Right.
So they jump back with the hashtag All Lives Matter. The hashtag All Lives Matter only came out after Black Lives Matter.
That's right.
It's not as if it's been around 30 years
Nope.
and it's just being embraced again. It's something that came out in response to Black Lives Matter.
Not even the hashtag, just the phrase itself, All Lives Matter.
Right.
Anything that's 3 words that ends in matter, all stems from the creation of Black Lives Matter.
And really quick, just to respond, I noticed on Facebook, somebody asked, should not everyone be able to have an opinion? Absolutely. We're all entitled. It's your constitutional right.
But it's my constitutional right to not listen to your opinion.
To not listen. And also, I think that a lot of people, when you have a position in power, I really, unfortunately, believe that you do have some type of responsibility to
educate?
Retain that. Yeah, retain your opinion, but you can use it to educate as well. Blanket statements such as that aren't in any way productive in promoting anything in society. So yeah, absolutely, that person they're entitled to say whatever they want on their podcast, just as we do, like
yes.
when we say like fuck nut or whatever, we can say whatever we want. But she's choosing to not listen anymore. She's making that choice. So anyway, to go back to where we were discussing, a lot of what people are really jumping back with is the All Lives Matter. Now, I'm not for one moment going to pretend that I have even an inkling under any circumstance of understanding what it's like to be a person of color and to be somebody who can simply be shot and killed when they absolutely did nothing wrong. I just got pulled over the other day, and I was doing 65 in a 45 construction zone, and I got a ticket that said I just was doing 5 miles over the limit in a regular zone.
Right, which would be considered white privilege.
White privilege.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't ask them to or
Nope.
anything along those lines, but that is what happened.
But it's just something that
it happens
because you're a white woman.
Right. So it's very hard for me to fathom the whole All Lives Matter anytime somebody mentions the Black Lives Matter movement. Right. I can't fathom, and because of the fact that I do recognize that I have a white privilege, plain and simple.
And even I, who am Asian, as you can tell from my eyes, I also I'm able to get a lot of that white privilege.
Right, absolutely. And again, in using that, it's not saying that Asian people don't matter.
Right.
It's saying that right now, I'm sorry, I always hit the table when I get very... Right now, Black people are being murdered. And
This is what I boiled it down to in a lot of posts that I've been posting, because I'm on the same wavelength as you. Black Lives Matter. That is the movement that they came up with the phrase, and it's because a spotlight needs to be put on all of the Black people who are mistreated, systematically mistreated by authority figures and in our country today. What I boiled it down to is when you say all lives matter, most of the time when you say it, you're saying no, all lives matter. It's shut up about your Black Lives Matter. No, all lives matter. So you are essentially telling Black people to shut up about what they're complaining about and saying, no, you're wrong, all lives matter. And be marginalized like you have been for centuries. Stay back there in the corner, and all lives have to matter, not just Black lives. So I think it's a little rude, and maybe a little racist.
And here's the thing. Some people just don't get it.
No.
Period. They just don't get it. And that's understandable. If if that's your first response, like we're all equal, we all matter, I get that being the immediate response, because that's You know, there's a lot of truth to it. Of course, we're all equal, but we're not all getting murdered, you know, for the color of our skin, plain and simple. So I think it's just, I don't think it's something that either Alexia or I have too much to contribute to the discussion right now, other than maybe if it's something that you're saying, maybe if your immediate response to a Black Lives Matter movement is all lives matter, if that's your immediate response, the only thing that I hope that you get out of us even bringing this up is take a step back and wonder why that's your immediate response.
Right.
Why is that what you jump to? I have somebody, you know, a very dear friend, and some people, hey, I have a very dear friend, and his response was the whole, you know, oh, I lost connection there. The whole, you know, we don't have a WET channel, white entertainment channel. We don't have magazine specific for, you know, white people. And I actually have a feeling he's watching. And so I adore you, but you're wrong. We do have white entertainment TV. It's called every fucking channel you turn on.
Except BET.
We do have white awards that are specific. It's called every fucking award show. If you remember the Oscars,
oh yeah,
it's every fucking award show. So yes, I mean, there are times that, you know, we have to be aware that it's okay to recognize diversity. It's okay to embrace it. But going back to it, if your immediate response is the all lives matter, check your white privilege for a moment and just ask yourself, why is that my response? And then maybe do a little bit of research as to really what that kind of signifies.
You can go to blacklivesmatter.org and find out everything that they're about. I posted an article on my personal private Facebook written by pride.com, which is a LGBT site. They are 100% behind the Black Lives Matter movement.
Right.
Because for those of you who don't know, the LGBT fight is against violence against the LGBT community, which is exactly what the Black Lives Matter movement is about as well.
One of the individuals in the chat is Reagan mentioned, I wish people saw all people as equal, as much as we all want to have rights, but the duties that go with those rights. I'm East Indian and have been discriminated against during 9/11 and since. I understand that. Ultimately, it would be amazing if we lived in this world that we didn't discriminate against people of different races. It would be absolutely amazing, and I'm sorry that you were discriminated against. However, nobody's saying your life doesn't matter, or that you're not, or that, you know, movements don't need to happen for you as well. What we're saying is right now, boys are being killed. Boys are being killed just driving in their vehicle.
Sandra Bland. Women are being killed.
Right, as well. But, I mean, the very last one, and I feel like a complete asshole not remembering the name right now, but anyone who knows me knows I suck at names, but this man literally was pulled over because they felt that, in listening to the recordings after, that the width of his nose was similar to somebody who robbed a bank. Thank you. Philando. And I can, you know, of course, see him and the video of him after being shot. That man did absolutely nothing, and he was fucking murdered. Absolutely murdered. There has to be something. And right now, I'm sorry you're discriminated against, and you have been. I really am. And I hope that equality works for everyone. But right now, we have to just step back and say, how can we fix this?
I did a lot of...
Shooting police officers isn't the way, by the way.
No. One of the things that I did this week is I just gobbled up all the news that I could. Everywhere I could go to watch news posts, there was it was a social media post, a video of a black man, and here's where the inconsistencies are. A black man and a white man were in a garage and they were fighting. This was a video camera film. The police showed up, guessed between the black and the white man who was put on the ground and pinned while the other one was pushed away at a distance and talked to. You tell me. And what is the difference between the two of those? No weapons were had. They were both fighting equally. I don't know exactly who started what, but the police didn't know either. When they got there, they pinned the black man to the ground and they pushed the white man away off to the side to question him.
So there's some other inconsistencies as well. Like, for example, the gentleman who was selling CDs. Again, I'm so awful with names.
Alton.
I should have had this.
Alton.
Alton. I didn't want to missay it, but so afterward, immediately they were going and discussing his record, his criminal record. Like,
yes.
That's it, as if he deserved it. Is all of a sudden his criminal record came into play. That fucknut in California that raped somebody, the white boy, had his yearbook photo plastered everywhere.
Right.
Yet immediately, when it's a person of color, they immediately jump to criminal record. Let's do this mugshot.
Or what did he do?
How did he do to deserve this?
Right.
And it's just, something has to change. So bottom line, again, all I'm asking that you get out of this, because we can't educate you. You have to educate yourself. You have to care enough to educate yourself. All that I ask is that if somebody says Black Lives Matter, somebody posts hashtag, BLM, Black Lives Matter, I'm going to a Black Lives Matter rally, any of that, all that I ask is that if your first reaction is to jump back and say all lives matter, try and check it. Like, just try and maybe provide yourself with a little
Tom.
further education.
Hey, Ed. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I see you're spending a lot of
My
time
favorite-
outdoors
I don't
now.
base
Oh,
myself
yeah.
on
Man, I got a
memes,
new
but my
barbecue
favorite
built,
meme is
and
two
we use
houses,
it all the
one is
time. I
burning,
mean, now
and
the
there's
summer's
somebody there
here. We're
with a
cooking
hose.
outside in the backyard,
Yeah,
and we don't have to
somebody's
heat up
like,
the
"This
house. It's
matters.
awesome. I
Houses on
love
fire
it.
Really? You don't
matter."
have to, you don't have to
person
pull the
with
old
hose is
portable
like,
grill out?
No,
all
sir,
houses
man. This
matter.
one's built in.
And so
It's
they
got all
watered
the
down
bells
the
and
one that's
whistles.
not
It's got a
on fire.
granite countertop,
And,
easy to
they're kinda
clean.
going back
I'm
and forth, but
I'm
all
loving
houses
it.
Yeah, that
matter.
sure
And someone
sounds
else is
spiffy. Who
like,
put
"But
that
this
in
house
for you?"
needs attention
Navarro
now.
Landscape
It's
and Construction.
burning."
They're here in Las Vegas, and
where's the
they are
inhabitant
the
of the house? Like,
premier
why aren't they putting their own
barbecue
house out?
people
It's
in
because they're
town.
dead.
Oh, that sounds pretty
Their
nice.
house
How can I get in
burned while we
contact
were
with them?
paying
Their number
attention
is
to
702-452-6250. Ask for
There are
Pat
so many-
and tell
there's so
her
many great
you heard
memes
about
out there
them
that do
on
the same thing, going to a doctor and you have a broken bone, and the doctor
www.bbcorp.com,
says,
and
"All
you'll
bones
get
matter."
a special
Yeah,
discount.
but
Yeah, I think I'll give him a
broken.
ring right now, as a matter of
And it's
fact.
not meant to
Marjorie's loving it
trivialize.
too
So
because
this
she
is
doesn't have
way-
to cook now,
way
so
beyond
she's
the
been a
memes.
lot
This
more
is not
friendly.
something, to trivialize and meme it, but they make sense. So again, if your first reaction is all lives matter, read a
Every
meme.
Wednesday
If
at
that's
11
what does it
a.m.
for you,
to
read a meme.
noontime
you
at
don't have any-
Worldwide Digital Broadcasting.
I know
It's
that
just
Las
to
Vegas,
be
the
with you. I'm
LVMPD,
Doug.
Las Vegas
And
Metropolitan
I'm
Police
Lorraine.
Department, our own
And you'll hear us
police
every
department,
Wednesday with a
in
little bit of talk,
2011
a little bit of
recognized that
music.
there was an issue.
It's our connection
they
to you.
took
Don't
matters
forget
into
it.
their
Every
own hands,
Wednesday, 11
trained their
a.m.
officers,
We'll see you.
went through whatever programs that they decided they needed to
on Worldwide
stop
Digital
the
Broadcasting.
accidental or senseless or the amount of police shootings here in the Valley. They were commended for being able to, since 2011, reducing police-involved shootings by 36%. 36%.
And is it perfect?
No.
No. But they recognize and they're working towards a change, and they continue to work towards a change.
Right.
Again, the answer is not shoot the police,
No.
because not all police are bad. We know that. That concept I don't grasp. So they're not all bad, for sure. But that's it. If you get nothing else out of this, check the All Lives Matter and just think about it twice the next time that's your initial response.
Yeah, maybe I'll put all those memes up on the Sin City Bounty page. I think I'll do that.
I don't, maybe not all. I mean, I do think it's so big that memes kind of trivialize it, but I can't
well,
talk.
I'll post the articles as
However,
well.
there you go.
I'll post the articles
However,
as well. Like that one from Pride.com is a great one, which explains
Right.
it, the difference between the two, and why one is all lives matter is not the correct phrase to use, especially when you're retorting. And that's exactly what you're doing. You are responding. You're not, it's not like you stand up first before anybody else says anything, before anybody has been shot and go, hey, all lives matter. No, you wait until someone says Black Lives Matter before you post all lives matter.
right.
So,
And that's it. And if, I mean, you know, Reagan even mentioned that they've caught themselves saying that.
we started
That's
about
it.
15 after, so.
Yeah,
We did.
I have
Sorry
something
about
to
that.
add to all of this.
Go
Yes.
for it.
I can't keep quiet any longer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right? If you don't mind.
No, please.
All right. Stop killing people, you fucking twats!
Another
Well, that
favorite
works,
meme,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that one works as well. Let's just, you know. But
Sorry, couldn't resist.
let's find out for those who do and for those who feel the need.
We do know, I believe it has been solidified that it was a lone gunman in Texas that killed the officers.
Right.
Former Army man, is that correct, John?
Yeah, but I don't know if you saw what the police chief did. I think it was yesterday. He got up and he made a speech and he said, all right, all you people out on the protest line, come down here and fill out an application.
Yeah, I
Although,
saw
I mean,
that.
kind of, he did say, like, we have openings.
Yeah.
And make
Kinda
a
too
change.
soon. I'm just saying.
Make a change that way. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with being a
Right.
leader in your community that way.
And that, you know, and if that works, that's excellent.
Right.
That's excellent. So yeah, there are a lot of different, you know, a lot
Well,
of different
quit
ways.
shooting off your mouth and do something about it is what he was saying.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah, you don't like what's
Absolutely.
happening here? Then
I just
become
felt
a
like
part of it.
when I first heard it, I was like, oh, you have openings like 5?
Hey, but that's
Oh
That's
my
still a
God, I just
start.
got that. Oh
Like,
my God.
Maybe.
Okay. Anyway, I was talking about this man. I don't know. I didn't hear any reports that he was associated with or a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. He just was very mad that officers were killing black people
Right.
and
he's
decided
very,
to
he's
shoot
very
white people.
anti-police as well.
Right. He not only shot 5 officers of different races, but a woman in the peaceful protest that was there.
Right.
There was plenty of video and photos taken before things went haywire, before shots went off. People were taking pictures with officers. It was super peaceful. And then all of a sudden the shots rang out and everybody ran for their lives. So crazy. I don't know if it's still going on, but there is a Black Lives Matter rally today down at the courthouse. It started at 7, I believe.
And there was on Saturday.
Yes.
Up off of
Martin Luther King and
Right.
most of these protests are peaceful. It's when one idiot throws firecrackers or whatever, or one idiot goes bad. And there's a famous quote. It says, there's a beautiful photo that was just published of a woman standing in front of 2 men in riot gear. And she is in a sundress, and she looks like a goddess. She looks like an Egyptian goddess. And the quote that goes with it is, if you think there's going to be a riot, see who came dressed for one. Mm-hmm. And it was the police in one. So,
Well, the riot, like, I don't understand why they have to get nasty. It's an opportunity to promote change, to promote awareness, and the peaceful ones, I really think, kind of elicit a lot of recognition. When they do start rioting and everything, it kind of detracts from the main purpose of it. So.
do you want to cover
Keep
anything
going.
else here real quick before?
This is actually old, so we don't have to talk about
Okay.
those.
So, God, 5 minutes here. So last week, we had promised that I was going to talk. I can't do a reading on the air. So I read tarot cards. But I did want to cover people who are into the psychic stuff and like to go get readings from readers and things like that. I've heard several stories from the Las Vegas Valley about people who have been paying out hundreds and even thousands of dollars to psychics to remove curses from them. They go into, so what happens is you go into a psychic, she pulls out her crystal ball or her tarot cards or whatever it is that she's using. She lays them down and she tells you this story, which could possibly be true, about things that are happening in your life, or at least similar enough to your life that you get choked up and a little scared. And then usually they drop in there, you have a enemy who is working magic against you or cursing you, and for $1,000 I can lift the curse. Number one, you are not being bilked out of your money because you're grown. Most readers, they can't read you if you're under the age of 18. If you fall for this, I'm sorry, but that's on you. You need to run. When somebody says for $100, I can remove this curse from your life or remove this evil person from your life, just run. Just get out, text me, call me. I know 100, literally 100 psychics in the Las Vegas Valley who will not bilk you for your money, who will not offer to remove curses from your head for hundreds and thousands of dollars. Okay? One story is a woman who found a psychic online because the psychic in town took almost $10,000 from her. So she found one online, and that psychic took several hundred thousands of dollars from her. And it's not cash because cash is traceable. So a lot of these psychics will ask for things like gift cards or Visa MasterCards, the prepay ones, or items that you have in your home.
I would assume cash wouldn't be as traceable as like
Cash
a prepaid
cash
card.
would not, but not a lot of people will send cash through the mail. It's very
Oh, I see.
dangerous.
Okay.
So gift cards, prepaid cards, things like that. And then like the one here in town, this woman, the lady who got ripped off, she had a beautiful collection of amethysts and geodes and things like that, and some of her prize pieces were taken by this psychic. Please, please, please. You don't need a psychic to know what's going on in your life. You just need to pay attention, number one. But if you think you do need one, or you want to go to one and have fun, because I know Toxie loves them. My mom insists I bring my cards to the house all the time. If you want to have one.
Once I heard you had the cards, I was so excited. I'm like, can you bring the cards? Bring them.
It can be very fun to do. There are plenty of safe places here in town. I belong to a lot of pagan organizations. They have events all the time. In fact, there's one coming up Saturday. For $5, you can come and get a 10-minute reading. How amazing is that, right? And there are like 6 psychics there, so you get 6 at 10 minutes, which is at the most $30. You can spend $30 and get 6 different readings, which is like great. And none of them will make you give them $100, $50, $100, $200, $10,000 to remove any curses from you. So just be smarter. Please, please be smarter.
Oh, Reagan said I'm a Reiki master and healer and tarot card reading. It's enlightening.
It
So
is.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And really quick, prior, I said there's 2 reasons riots happen, just to go back on the last topic. Some assholes not in the movement and agent Don't use
Provocateurs.
big words.
Provocateurs.
No.
That is a great.
Provocateurs.
That is a great little phrase, by the way.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's absolutely true. That's very
Yeah.
insightful. Even though you use big words.
I don't want to leave on a bad note. Do we have anything fun to leave on? Oh, For those of you who watched our video from last week, there's this little blurb at the very front of it, and it's little lasers drawing our Sin City Bounty logo. That was submitted by Vendetta, one of our favorite people in the world. And thank you so much. We love it, we love it, we love it. Although it doesn't have the sound effect. I know. We don't have the sound effect yet. Johnny Fever is going to find the perfect sound effect to go with the laser drawing our Sin City Bounty. Vendetta, you're awesome. And he's been collecting all of his old music. We know that several of his songs were written just for this show, which we love. So when you collect all that, if you want to resend those in a little bundle, we'll make sure we put it into our folder so we can start playing them again. I am Alexia.
Toxie.
Sierra is probably
collecting Pokemon.
Probably al fresco under her skirt in San Francisco. We are Sin City Bounty, and we will be here next week if you're brave enough.
Later, bitches.
Right? Is that what you